July 25th, 2023. The time is 2:06 p.m. I'm calling this meeting to order. In attendance are Commissioners Brooks, Matari, and Duncan. And if you would please join us for a moment of silence. All right, thank you. And Mr. Reed, would you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance? To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. All right, any changes to the agenda? Okay, hearing none, I would take a motion for minutes.
I move that we approve the meeting minutes, 1 and 2.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Matari.
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye. And consent calendar.
I move that we approve the consent calendar items 3 through 7.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Matari.
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye. All right, motion passes. And payables.
I move that we approve the payables from, what is it?
July 17th?
Yeah, July 17th to the 21st, 2023, in the amount of $531,790.32 and $1,339.97 in jury panel payments.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Matari.
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye. Motion passes. Thank you. Item 9, this is a Xerox lease contract with Kelly Connect and our Mail and Reprographics Center. Director Reed.
Yes, Commissioners, David Reed for the record. I'm here before you to request approval of a new 5-year lease on a new production printers, black and color. This will take over the current 5 years that is going to be running out. With this new leases, there'll be besides they're fixed for term for the 5-year, all pricing also. It'll be $3,500 per year savings from the current lease, and then about $2,500 in color click charges overall for all county departments will be a savings also for the full 5 years.
Okay. Any questions?
No questions.
All right, motion.
I move that we approve the Xerox lease contract with Kelly Connect for mail and reprographics.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Matari.
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye. Motion passes. Thank you. Item 10, grant agreement, reimbursable agreement number AJWFNWSA 22 NM 005207, and it's with the FAA in the amount of $70,716.74 with no match requirement. And Kim, are you? Oh, I'm sorry. Corey, are you on the line?
Yes, I am. Corey Sigford with Ardura for the record. Are you ready?
Yes, please.
Okay. This agreement is between the FAA and the county, and it is to design a medium-intensity approach lighting system, a Mauser light bar. It's to relocate an existing light bar at the airport from one location to another to fix an existing configuration that is a little bit off, and it pays the FAA to design and observe construction for this relocation of one of their Mauser light items. It's reimbursable under a future FAA AIP project that is coupled with our Taxiway Charlie project and will be designed for bidding next winter and construction next summer.
Okay. Questions?
No questions.
All right, motion.
I move that we approve grant agreement / reimbursement agreement number AJWFNWSA -22-NM 005207 with the Federal Aviation Administration in the amount of $70,716.74 with no match requirement.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Matari.
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye. All right, motion passes. Item 11, board approval request for the purchase of a fleet vehicle with our assessor residential appraisal division. And Ms. Amos?
Hi, Shelley Amos, Assessor's Office for the record. We are requesting the approval of fleet vehicle from Robidoux Motors. Greg has gone through and put out bids for us, and this is the one that came back. We have not had a lot of success with people getting back to us at all on that, and we have attached that. It will be, we have in our budget $64,000 for purchase of this. We are hoping that with the remaining funds, we are still searching to see if we can still purchase something with the remaining funds for the vehicles to replace the ones that need to be out of our fleet. We've also talked to Greg about possibly giving them to another division that might be able to use them, is what our hopes are.
Okay. And then your office would make sure the prep happens to get that transferred over, I guess.
Yes, correct.
Yeah. Okay.
And Greg is helping us with that, so.
All right, perfect. Questions?
No questions.
Okay, motion.
I move that we approve the request to purchase a fleet vehicle for the assessor residential appraisal division.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Matari.
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye. All right, motion passes. Item 12, this is Aquifer Protection District. It's a storage of surplus Spokane Valley Rathdrum Prairie Aquifer atlases, and it's at Ronald and Christy Reed Johnson's residence. And so I will handle this for staff. When the atlases are printed and delivered, there's just cases and cases of them, and it takes, up to 5 years to actually go through these. They're printed every 5 years. So this is just another agreement. As long as I've been involved with Aquifer Protection, the last 9 years, this is what we've done. So essentially, it's just an extension of the last agreement. So, questions?
The only question I have with it is, and I think it's great that they're doing it for free, but would we not want to have some consideration, since it is an agreement, whether it's $10 or something? Does that open the door because there's zero consideration?
Christy's a member of the Aquifer Protection District since its inception.
Yeah.
And she just wants to do this.
No, I understand.
Yeah.
It's just that we have an agreement, and an agreement without consideration could open the door. I don't know if they would have a thought on that, or if it doesn't matter. If it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter. I'm just asking in that sense.
I don't see a significant issue. The county enters into donation agreements.
Okay.
Where people donate either property or time. There's precedent for that.
Yeah.
I don't think for this type of agreement there would be consideration.
That's fine. It's just a little different in government, so.
Yep. All right. Motion.
I move that we approve the Aquifer Protection District storage of surplus Spokane Valley Rathdrum Prairie Aquifer atlases by Ron and Christy Reed.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Matari.
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye. All right. Motion passes. And item 13, this is a financial budget item, and it's a request for capital purchase in the FY23 budget cycle with topsoil funds out at the airport. And Interim Director Patterson, you want to
Absolutely.
lead us?
Gaston Patterson with the airport. What we have before you today is an unbudgeted capital purchase of a new mower for the airport. We're in immediate need of this. We had one of our old mowers go down that we use to basically edge around lighting equipment, just to keep our big mowers away from expensive equipment. This would also be able to have an interchangeable snowblower attachment added to it, so we'll be able to utilize it in the wintertime as well. We're looking to use our topsoil funds to purchase the mower. So we've had this year alone $47,721 income. from topsoil storage. The new unit we're looking at is the 53,250, leaving roughly 5,500 remaining. And we've actually just been contacted to have another topsoil client come in and store soil on the airport, which will more than cover the difference. So this will be a zero effect to our fund this year.
All right, questions?
No questions.
All right, motion?
I move that we approve the request for the capital purchase for FY23 with topsoil funds with the airport for a new zero-turn mower in the amount of $53,250.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Matari.
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye. All right, motion approved, thank you. And this is a board approval request, consolidation of parcels for Justice Center expansion, courthouse lots A and B. And our architect came and said that for the city of Coeur d'Alene, we need to combine these parcels. So I don't know if anybody has any questions. It's kind of a paper keeping item. And I don't know, Dave, if you have anything to weigh in as well.
Not at this time, nothing than what I've already advised to do
Yeah.
prior to this.
Thank you. All right, motion?
I move that we approve the request for consolidation of parcels for the Justice Center expansion, courthouse lots A and B.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks.
No.
Commissioner Matari.
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye. All right, motion passes. And item 15, Resolution 2023-63. This is airport fees public hearing, and Resolution 2023-63 with the airport. So, Kim, are you handling this one?
Yes. So Commissioners, we're bringing to you, Kim Stevenson with the airport for the record. We're bringing forward the resolution for this year, airport fees. As discussed with the Airport Advisory Board last meeting, we agreed to make two changes only to the airport fee schedule. The CPI adjustment of 6% to the land lease per square footage, and those are on item 1. And then the other change was to the landing fees, item 10 on the fee schedule, raising the base weight from 8,000 to 10,000 pounds, changing to max landing weight that the calculation is based off of. No changes to the other rates, and then adding the fire suppression aircraft, inactive firefighting status, 10,000 pounds and above, max landing weight at $1 per 1,000 pounds. And also increasing the exemptions to include historic and antique aircraft manufactured prior to January 1, 1955.
Okay. Any questions?
No questions.
All right, is anybody here from the public to speak for or against the airport fees? Anybody online, Jonathan? Anybody on the phone? Okay, then I would take a motion to end public testimony and enter into deliberations.
I move that we enter into, end public testimony and enter into deliberations.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Matari.
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye. All right, thank you. I'm fine with the changes and don't have an issue.
Work was put into it, and I think that the fees are very reasonable, and they incent, I think, the direction that we want the airport to go in. So,
Yep, and the Airport Advisory Board was in support of them. So I would take a motion.
I move that we approve a resolution 2023-63 regarding airport fees, public hearing, and resolution 2023-63 on the airport, for the airport.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Matari.
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye. All right. Thank you very
Thank you.
much. All right, item 16, board approval request, and this is the Hayden Area Regional Sewer Board or HARB's budget, and it's their resolution, HARB's resolution number 2023-1. And so I am here to answer any questions on behalf of HARB's and their 2023-24 budget. If you had a chance to look at it, we've got no major projects coming up, and so that is a significant decrease in budget from the last 2 years where we had the Phase 2 upgrades. So, any questions?
No questions.
Okay. And I would take a motion to approve their budget.
I move that we approve the request for Hayden Area Regional Sewer Board budget and the resolution 2023-1.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner Matari,
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye. And I just want to reiterate that the resolution number is a HARB's resolution and not a county resolution number. And now we are here for status update. And our next facilities working group meeting is going to be August 14th. And then as soon as Boughton and LCA have their next steps in place, and they'll schedule a meeting with the full board and let us know what they've come up with since the last time. So any questions on any of that?
Nope.
Okay. Bill, thoughts, questions? All right, impact fees.
Okay, Sheriff Norris and I met with the mayor of Hayden, and we did some explaining and he did some questioning, and by the time we were finished, we had a pretty good understanding and agreement that impact fees need to be instituted, but his recommendation was that we take a step back and invite all the mayors to come in to a meeting and discuss it and go forward united. Because there are some things at the county that are irritating to many of the taxing districts relative to the treasurer's office. We just have to make it very clear that we have no control over that. And that's what that is. I mean, we can't tell the treasurer, no, you can't do this because it offends the mayor of Post Falls. And we're not going to. But we do need, everybody agrees, when they get down to it, that we do need impact fees to help pay for some of the growth that we're experiencing, which is pretty phenomenal. And I also talked with Ann Westcott, and she agreed.
So she wants to have another meeting with the mayors?
No, she said, have them in here, and that we meet with them.
Right, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Schedule another meeting with the mayors. Okay.
I like that idea.
Okay.
I think it would be prudent, and I think it would help get this thing moving, because I think it's been going on too long without real results. So.
Okay. Jelena, do you have something to add to that?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that I would recommend or ask that we have a good accounting system in place before you implement this, because what we're dealing with right now with community development, with the impact fees that we're already collecting, has been not user-friendly for us, specifically in the auditor's office, and we're doing a lot of accounting that we shouldn't have to be doing. So I think that it was put into place before a good system was put into place, and so we're backpedaling a lot. So that is all I want to say, is just it would be nice if we had something established system-wise, and we knew that it was going to work well before we implement this, so that we're not having to do what we're doing now.
Okay. Do you have a proposal? Is there?
I don't, because I'm going to be honest and say that I don't know exactly what's going on or what we're trying to do. I just know that we've been working with a company, and they're the ones doing it now, and it hasn't been adequate.
Okay.
They've worked with us really, and they've been working with us, but from the implementation, it wasn't what it needed to be. I think there was some disconnect between the auditor's office and the company that was doing it. And I don't think we were involved early enough. And so accounts were wrong, and we're spending a lot of time, Alicia Lynch specifically, cleaning things up and accounting for stuff that should be being done in their department. And so I just think that there needs to be more involvement, and we need to make sure that the company that does it understands what we need from the get-go, so that we're not having to do what we're doing now.
Okay.
So, and I'm more than happy to get more, when Brandy's here, and I mean, Alicia can speak to it. But I just know that it's been a lot of extra hours spent trying to track and implement things that should have been done in the beginning.
Okay.
So I just wanted to put that out there.
Well, I'm happy if the auditor would make a proposal to the BOCC on how would best be to move forward with the collection.
Perfect. And we can do something like that. It just has been a big headache. So, and for community development as well. So.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you. All right. Anything else on that subject?
No.
Okay. All right. Then no update on the prosecutor immediate space needs, and then jail pods.
I think we've pretty much run that into the ground. We've got the amount of money involved targeted. Sheriff Norris has had, who did you have on that?
I'm sorry, we won't be able to pick you up if you don't come to microphone.
Robert Norris, Sheriff. So I believe that we're preparing to send that out for bid, and it's in the final stages.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you. All right, nothing else with our status update. So public comment, Jonathan, is there anybody? Anybody on the phone? Nope. All right, in person. 2:29, meeting adjourned. Thank you all.